Hello and welcome to this lecture session. Now today we are going to have a look at some questions from CSIR NET exam in chemical sciences, especially part C questions. So there will be 60 questions in all, and out of 16 you are supposed to solve 25 questions, and the weightage for each question is 4 marks. So that makes 100 marks weightage for section C. Section A is based on your general knowledge and the aptitude, the basic mathematics and all. B is objective chemistry. We will have another session for that. And C is important. So if you look at the weightage, there are about 20 questions from organic chemistry. So being organic chemist, I will try to talk about organic chemistry part, and 2-3 questions from other section. If you are able to solve, then you can easily score good marks and get the fellowship from CSIR. The similar pattern is there for SET exam, which is conducted by University of Pune for Maharashtra and Goa, and the GATE exam, which is also a qualifying exam for doing research at BARC and other institutions. So the weightage for C is 100. So your score is dependent upon section C. So we will be talking more about section C, and in due course of time we will see some questions based on part B also, where objective chemistry questions, where weightage is 2 marks. Here weightage for each question is 4 marks. So if you can solve 20 questions from organic chemistry, you will score 80 marks straight away here. So your weightage, your score will be very high, and you will be in the merit list of the fellowships which are awarded by CSIR. Now the fellowship is valid for 5 years, 2 years JRF and 3 years SRF. The basic chemistry is needed. So all your basics, whatever you had in your BSc or the graduation, will be needed here also. Okay. Now let us start with the first question. Now partial data is given for this compound, and you are supposed to find out which compound is the correct structure. These are all objective type, but you have to do some workup. Some rough work sheet is given at the back of your question paper, so where you can do some rough work and then erase it out and find out the correct option, because these options are going to be closer, they are very close to each other, and only one will be correct, remember. And the first question, 4 signals between 120 to 150 ppm or delta in carbon 13 NMR, 2 doublets at 6.8 to 8.5 delta region in PMR, and IR band is 1724. So on the basis of IR only, 1724 is ruled out for this. 1724 can be this or this. So simply by looking at IR also, you can say that this is not possible, even this is not possible, because reverse conjugation is there. This carbonyl will be 1760 and all. So we can easily eliminate these two. Moreover, 2 doublets in proton NMR, that is another clue. 2 doublets in proton NMR means it is para disubstituted. So on the basis of that, this is ruled out, this is ruled out, only these two are left, and we have already ruled out this one. So naturally the second option is correct. And now I will talk about the 6.8 to 8.5, two doublets, because there are two sets. This is partial data. So set A, set B, this will be doublet, this will be doublet. So two doublets, because these two protons are appearing together, these two protons are appearing together. This will be 8.5, this will be 6.8. So that is done. Now four signals in CMR between 120 to 150. So they are not talking about the carbonyl group. The carbonyl group of ester would be somewhere in 170 delta region in carbon 13. So they are not talking about that. So there are four signals. So we have to find out which are those four. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. These are of course similar, so I am not counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are four signals in between 120 to 150. So probably 120 is this, 150 is this, and these are in between. So four signals, then doublets in proton NMR, conjugated ester 1724. So everything is fine. So in all probabilities your answer number 2 is correct. So you have to take the help of all the given data, maybe partial data, and utilize it, use it, and try to eliminate the possibilities so that you can easily come to the correct structure. So this is the correct structure of the molecule. Okay. Moving on to the second question, even here also IR is given 1720, then PMR 6.2 1 proton, 5.5 1 proton, broad singlet, probably doublet, 4.2 quartet, 2.0 singlet, 3 proton, and so quartet triplet means ethyl group. Now this means it is carbonyl group without any problem. These are olefinic protons. Quartet triplet, this means it is CH2 CH3, and quartet (4.2) means this group 2, this is probably CH3CO, 2 delta singlet. So if you look at these structures, uh, 6.2 and 5.5, one more additional thing I will tell. This is 2.0, this is 4.2, this is 1.1, and among these two, alpha will be upfield, beta will be downfield. So that's why they, and ideally they should be doublets, but broad singlet we are taking as doublet. So structure number 4 is correct. Alpha beta you can distinguish on the basis of their chemical shifts. In other cases that is not possible, and the conjugated keton 1720 we are giving it to it. So even here reverse conjugation would be applicable. So on the basis of IR also you can eliminate these two, only these two are left, and there are two protons, but this looks little correct, and that's why structure 4 is correct option. Okay. Now the next example, that is based on pericyclic reaction. Now this SiMe3 and the quaternary ammonium salt, this compound is treated with tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride, and then it is the intermediate is treated with this dienophile. So, in first instance we have to see that there is a formation of this kind of compound, because what happens is this trimethylsilyl will form a bond with this fluoride, and then this will come here, this will go here, this will go off. So, a sort of dienophile thing would be there, and here you can see that this is going to be. Now, if you recollect, the geometry of these two will be same in the product. So, these two esters would be trans in your product. So, 2 and 4 is ruled out on the basis of that. So, it has to be either 1 or 2. Now, here you have got 4 plus 2 cycloaddition product. So, this is the reaction, and automatically the aromaticity of the first ring is written, and the 2 double bonds are utilized in making those 2 sigma bonds. So, on the basis of this you can easily find out which is the correct answer, and correct answer is the one. Now, this is, if these two are cis, this inner will be above, this will be behind. So, the stereochemistry has to be trans here also, and here also it should be trans. Trans is going to be the third option. This is correct. Okay. Now, the next example is this ester is treated with 2 equivalents of Grignard, followed by treatment with titanium isopropoxide at room temperature. Now, this is Kulinkovich reaction. This is peculiar reaction wherein this ester reacts with 2 equivalents of the Grignard, and you get first compound. So, this is specific example based on Kulinkovich reaction. The other options are incorrect. Now, very interesting example, like this kind of examples are also asked, like this is general chemistry of course, wherein you are supposed to match column A with column B options like E, and here we can write down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, if you look at the answers, magnetic number is shell model of nucleus. Now, we always talk about 2, 8, 18, all those magic numbers. So, A is 4. So, A is 4, either 1 or 4. Then liquid drop model is nuclear fission. So, B is 1. Okay. So, probably the first option, and then actinide is radioactivity and threshold energy is Q value. So, if you want, I can show A is 4, that is correct, B is 1, this is correct, C is 3, that is correct, and D is 2, this is correct. So first option is correct, wherein your basic chemistry is tested. So even this kind of questions can give you 4 marks, because this is only matching part and rest of the things are in your hand. And this is based on your basic chemistry, the models, shell models and all. So this kind of questions will be there, and every time the applied based questions would be there. Sometimes cycloaddition problems are there, sometimes the photochemistry problems are there. So we will be doing all those things stepwise, we 5 questions each time, so that we can talk more about the chemistry also alongside, not to tick mark only questions. Remaining things also one has to see. The basics wherever required, you have to go through the references, your textbooks, everything, and the thing is you have to score good marks. That should be your objective, especially the master students, since you are eligible when you are in the first year of master course. So it will be very helpful to you, because in first year you will have some idea, in second year you have to pass, because you have to go ahead with the fellowships for your higher education. Okay. That's all for today. Thank you very much. We'll continue.